up, YouTube? In this video, 2015 Ford Mustang Ecoboost, we're doing an oil change. For the oil change, I only use two brands of filters. It's either AMSOIL or Wix. Wix you can get at O'Reilly, so it's easier to get a hold of, and it's $2 cheaper or something. But this is a better filter than K&N or Mobil 1 or any of that. And then synthetic Mobil 1. Start by just pulling the dipstick loose and turning the fill. Jack up the car and put a jack stand underneath. Grab the oil filter wrench and a 15mm ratchet or wrench or whatever you want to use. We're going to line up the edge of the oil pan with this drip pan here, and then we're going to break loose the plug and then take it the rest of the way out by hand. While that's draining, grab the oil filter with your tool, loosen it up. As long as the guy before you didn't tighten it like crazy, it should be no problem. So as the oil pan's draining, you just break it loose with your tool, then line up your drip pan again, and then use your hand to loosen it the rest of the way. Let that drain. Once that stops dripping, we're going to pull the filter all the way off. Once you get the filter off, go ahead, lower the car so it's level. You shouldn't crush anything unless your car is super lowered. That lets the oil pan, because it's level, it lets it all drain out properly. And leave it like this for about 3 to 4 minutes. Take your finger, dip it in your oil, and then you're gonna put some on this O-ring, just enough to get it wet. Take a rag, wipe everything down, clean up where the filter screws, and clean up wherever the oil went. Now take the filter, screw on the new filter, and just hand tighten it. Wipe off your drain plug, thread it in as much as you can by hand, which should be pretty much all the way. Wipe it down. Take your 15mm wrench and give it a nice little torque. You don't want to really do this with two hands unless you're a little person. So you just give it a nice little snug fit. Don't over tighten it because you can mess up the threads. You just want to make sure it's not going to flop out. Now take some brake clean, spray it all around, get all this oily residue off. Now that we have the car on the ground, grab your oil, and we're going to start with 5 quarts. This car should take almost 6, so we're going to just dump all 5 quarts in and then top it off. Before I start it, I want to verify that the level is good enough to start it. So clean off the dipstick, then push it back in, then pull it out, and it shows us that we're in the middle, we're half full. So I'm going to start it, let it run for 5 to 10 seconds, and then check it again. So shut the car back off, clean the stick, put it in, bring it out, and now it shows us as a quart low. So I'm going to grab some more oil, put it in, and now we don't have to start it again. We're just going to keep pouring, checking, until the oil is in the middle of the hash marks at the bottom here. What you want to do is have it look like this. You want the checkers and the oil to be in the middle of the checkers. Now where I like it is I don't want it any lower than the middle of the checkers. So as long as you're not above this checker mark, you're good. So anywhere from where I'm at now till the top line is going to be fine. Take a rag and just wipe off the oil cap before you put it back on. And then you're going to just slide it back on. Take the oil from your drip pan. We're going to pour that into here so we can take it to get it recycled at an auto parts store or your local trash dump. They usually have a spot for it. So we want to get that out of the garage. I want to thank everybody for coming by, checking out my video. I got a bunch of other videos and I'm trying to get one out once a week now. So I hope this helped you. Until next time, wrench on.